on the internet, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna talk about my fall TBR list because tomorrow is finally fall. Can you tell? I'm excited. I have a pullover on even though it's 26 degrees outside. I'm a little bit sweating, but I wanted this to feel a little bit like fall. And I also have my little fox mug here. I love it so much. Look at how cute it is! It's hot. Wow. And I decided to share with you my fall TBR list. These are hopefully not all the books I'm gonna read in fall because I plan on reading, I think I need to read like 12 more books to complete my yearly goal, which was 24 books. I know I'm a little bit behind, but I'm still sure I can make it. Okay, let's start with a book that I'm currently reading, and this is the 5th book of the Harry Potter series. It is a reread for me, but I'm currently reading the whole Harry Potter series with my little brother, and we reached book 5, which I think is insane because, I don't know, that means I've already read 4 Harry Potter books out loud. Like, can you imagine that? That's a lot of reading out loud. Like, my poor voice, but it is so much fun to read it with my little brother who is hearing the story for the first time, and it's just so much fun, like seeing him thinking about everything and trying to figure out what is happening and what is in the future of the books. So I'm having a lot of fun rereading the series with my little brother. And another book I want to read this fall is Conversations with Friends by Sally Rooney. I've already read Normal People and the book didn't blow me away. I heard a lot of good things about it and I definitely liked it, but it's not that I completely fell in love with it. So I thought, let's give Conversations with Friends a try because it also got a lot of praise. Just a little disclaimer, I'm very bad at describing like what books are about, so please bear with me. This book follows the 21-year-old Frances and her now best friend but ex-girlfriend, and she's a student in Dublin and an aspiring writer, and she and her best friend Bobby meet the couple Melissa and Nick. They're both very rich. One of them is a journalist and the other one is an author, and then they basically get dragged into this rich world of like big dinner parties, beautiful big houses and all of that stuff. So this book is basically about the relationships the 4 of them form with each other, of which I think Frances and Nick will develop a pretty strong relationship, and Bobby and Melissa, but I'm not 100% sure about like the different dynamic in between the group. But I'm very excited to give this one a try. And I just wanted to say that I absolutely love Sally Rooney's covers. Like, Normal People is an absolutely stunning book, and Conversations with Friends is no exception from that as well. This is so hard. I'm so bad at summarizing books, especially if I haven't read them already. Anyways, let's continue with the next book, which is Radio Silence by Alice Oseman. I'm probably gonna pronounce some more names wrong, so I'm sorry about that. And this is also a book about someone named Frances, which I just realized, so that's cool. Anyways, I've heard so many good things about this book, so I'm very excited to read it. But this is about Frances whose main goal is to study very hard to get into a really good university, and she doesn't really focus on friendships or on herself. I'm pretty sure she just focuses on studying and is very determined to get into like one of the best universities. And that is up until she meets Aled, who turns out to be the person behind her favorite podcast, and he kind of challenges her to like questions everything about herself and to change her perspective on things. And I believe both of them have some kind of dark secret from the past that they have to be confronted with and that they have to talk and think about in order to grow as a character. And this sounds very interesting, and because I've heard so many good things about it, my expectations are quite high for this book, and I just hope I won't be let down. Let's continue with a classic. I wanted to read more classics this year, and I can proudly say that I've already read 2 or 3 classics, which for me is a lot. So I'm happy with that, and I decided to also pick up Little Woman because we all know the film came out like beginning of this year, and I still haven't watched it because I definitely wanted to read the book first. So this story is about the 4 sisters, Meg, Jo, Beth and Amy, who live alone with their mom because their dad is fighting in the Civil War. And this story follows the 4 of them throughout several years, and we see them grow and mature during the time. I believe they're all very different in character, so I'm happy to learn more about them. And the fifth book on my list is We Are the Ants by Sean David Hutchinson, if that's how you say his name. And I've also heard many good things about this book, so I'm also very intrigued. And this is about Henry Denton, whose life is not the best at the moment. His grandmother has Alzheimer, his boyfriend committed suicide last year, and he also gets bullied in school. And then we come to the part of the story where I'm a little bit confused, because it says that he gets abducted by aliens. And that just kind of threw me off, because I didn't expect this book to have a sci-fi aspect in it, so I'm not sure if this is like real aliens or if it's just imagination and just something he made up. But I guess I'll find that out when I read this book. But basically, he gets abducted by aliens who give him the opportunity to save the world. They give him an ultimatum and tell him that in 144 days, the world will end, and if he presses the button, he can change that and he can save the whole world. So now the question is whether Henry thinks the world is worth saving. You probably noticed my Fall TBR list contains of pretty much no fantasy novels except for Harry Potter. And that is because I don't know what kind of fantasy book I want to read. So if you have any recommendations, please let me know, because fall is not complete without a good new fantasy book that I haven't read already. But in order to make up for that, I decided to reread The Six of Crows duology by Leigh Bardugo, and I absolutely love these two books. This is about 6 characters coming together to pull off a heist, and this is set in the Grisha world. I haven't read the Grisha trilogy yet, but I hopefully gonna read it this fall as well, but I just didn't have enough money to also buy these books to show you. But I do really want to read the trilogy because I absolutely loved Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. And the last book I'm going to share with you today is Girl, Woman, Other by Bernardine Evaristo. I hope that's how you say her name. As you can see, I've already started this book. I'm at page 75. And this book follows 12 very different characters throughout their lives and what kind of struggles they have. I believe all of the characters, or the majority of the characters, are black women living in England. I've read about the first 2 characters and it's very interesting up till now, but I have to say that I have a hard time getting into this book. But I also read it with like big pauses in between, so I never gave the book like my full attention. So I'm hoping that I'm finally gonna commit to this and like sit down and read for a longer period of time, so that I can really dive deep into the story. And these are all the books that are currently on my Fall TBR list. Again, if you have any books you want to share, please let me know, because I'm always on the look for new books, and these are only, I believe, 7 books. I'm not sure, I haven't counted them. And as I said in the beginning, I still need to read 12 books, so I need 5 more books to read. So please let me know if you have anything you can recommend. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'm gonna see you next time. Bye! I am so excited for colder weather. I'm just sick of wearing shorts and tops and everything. I just want to wear pullovers. I bought like such a cute one in the thrift store the other day, and I can't wear it because it's too warm outside. I'll take this off now, so bye bye!